Yo, what's going on, guys? Drew over at Future Strategy Gaming. Another reaction video coming at you right now. This is another Large Clips video. The title is, Can You Handle 2 MMOs at Once? And did Final Fantasy XIV snipe WoW? Let's see what he has to say about this one.
We got Black Cat, who's super at saying, officially unsubbed from WoW, don't have time in my life.
Same.
For 2 MMOs, and FF14 is taking my breath away.
I just don't want to play the other, so it doesn't matter.
Now. Keep me posted in the lore I still love. Damn, well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I'm glad you're having fun in a game.
Yeah.
And do you know what could be great? You know, WoW, FF, you could probably have a great time only being subbed to one of them at any given time.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it seems like FF is a game, it's brilliant, and then you're kind of done with the content, and it's like, could do a bunch of sort of whatever, but yeah, I'm done. Move on to WoW, see what's up there.
Sure.
By the time you're done with WoW, chances are FF's gonna have something new for you. There you go.
Yeah.
You've got this great hybrid MMO experience.
Wouldn't that be fantastic? Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't that be
And
fantastic?
thank you for patroning as well.
Yeah,
It's
thanks.
funny. I just checked. We've got 999 patrons.
Nice one. Who will be
Nice.
number 1,000? I
And,
imagine it'll be broken soon.
Whoever's watching that right
Yeah, I
now
mean,
is
so
going to
it's
be
a
1,000.
Lore walking. We do that twice a month, and we have a lot of fun recording lore walking.
Yep.
Because my God, when we got into that light expansion bit of that podcast, that was pretty cool. So
Yep.
thank you, Black Cat.
Yeah.
And
Very
certainly,
nice.
I think, you know, just playing one MMO at a time, but being happy to hop around them, that's the way to get more content, get more experience. And
Sure.
That's how I am going to play these games likely.
Yeah. You are absolutely number one.
Yes.
That's it.
He's got a
You
good
want-
point.
Serves
Yeah.
you best at all times.
Yeah.
Don't feel attached to games for any particular reason.
Yep.
You can feel attached to people you play games with, but at the end of the day, your money is always going towards a corporation, and obviously the corporation is run by people. They need paid, etc., etc. But just put yourself first on that front.
Yep. Agreed.
If-
Agree completely. I mean, we play games to enjoy ourselves. When you stop having fun, that game's no longer for you. And you can only look at the good times so many times. If you are in a financial situation where you can pay for both and want to, go for it. Good for you. I happen to be okay and could pay for both. I don't want to. I don't enjoy playing WoW anymore, so there's no point for me to pay money into a game that I have a lot of friends in, because I want to play with them. You know, it's like, if they're not your friends outside of that game, they are not your friends. That's just kind of how it is.
If you don't want to play World of Warcraft, don't. If you don't want to play FF, don't.
Yeah.
If you don't want to give anyone money, don't.
Yeah,
It's
don't
yours.
do it. Exactly.
It's
You
yours.
earned it.
They have to earn it.
You earned
That's
it.
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
World
Make
of
sure
Warcraft is
whoever
yours,
earns it.
they don't get it for free.
Yes.
And I think that's
A lot of people treat it like that.
That's the thing.
Okay, cool. Well, part of my existence is this sub V.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
You know what? If you don't know
Wow.
where to put it into Game Pass, and you'll get a lot of games.
yeah.
Yep. That's not a bad idea.
Or put it into meme stocks and have fun.
Oh man.
Not financial.
Don't
investment,
gamble. Yeah. Don't gamble.
We've got Dome, I think, saying, WoW started by streamlining the best parts of MMOs before it.
Mhm.
Do you think part of the issue is MMOs for the past 10 years have been copying WoW? Enjoy these in the Clips channel quite a bit. Thank you. We've been kind of blown away with the Clips channel.
It's been nuts.
It's getting more views than the main channel overall, which is honestly a bit wacky.
You guys are insatiable
But,
for our bullshit. Like,
yeah, I think it just shows what the Clips channel is.
Quick and
what this
concise.
Is like,
Yeah.
I'd hope it would be prime second screen content
yeah.
to listen to while doing other things.
Correct.
I don't think we look quite good enough for main screen.
No, not ready for main screen yet.
Drinking
I think
Pepsi
certainly
Max.
The whole epidemic of WoW's done really well, we need an MMO, let's go. That was
Yeah.
so damaging to MMOs.
Brutal.
Basically, WoW inadvertently nearly killed the MMO genre because it did so goddamn well that
Yeah.
everybody
On the
just
onset.
kind of was like, shit, we need one really quick.
Those first three.
Well, I guess over in Korea,
Vanilla BC and Wrath.
Yeah,
Korean
mental.
MMOs being Korean MMOs following lineage.
Sure.
But yeah, man, it's a pity. And you know, some of those MMOs did have great ideas. Like there's some really cool aspects to even Lotro.
Yeah.
One, but there's cool aspects.
Lotro was
in,
cool.
like, Warhammer.
Yeah.
Didn't play.
online. I think the death of the Western PvP MMO was certainly something that happened a bit.
I mean, who was PvPing before
Profile's
WoW?
coming out in July.
Age of
That's,
Conan?
Yeah.
You know
It's
what?
interesting. I think the next
BDO.
10 years of MMOs,
Not Western, though.
basically Riot and other things. I think that's going to be, there'll be inspirations from the Valheims. I don't mean in terms of gameplay. I mean, in
Yeah.
terms of player experience and how
Yes.
things click together.
Yes.
I mean, look at the game. What's it called? Port Palia? Palia, yeah.
You were thinking of my time at Portia.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Palia.
Palia is like one example of that. So I think we'll have a bunch of
I gotta check that
MMOs
out.
that feel different because they're coming from a different industry. A
Yes.
different, bit of the games industry.
Yeah,
Different era.
it'll be targeting a different audience instead of trying to ape World of Warcraft or trying to capture the like Korean MMO experience. Because
Yeah.
I mean, like as much as I love Terra for some of its gameplay, it sucked.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yes.
So I hear.
But it had great action combat.
Yeah, I was gonna say Terra had one of the best action combats I have ever experienced in an MMO, hands down. Like active dodging, the way it worked, it was so good. Terra had such a great action combat system. That's all it had.
I should
It's just
probably
unfortunate.
at some stage.
Yeah,
Not worth.
No,
Not
no.
worth. It takes so long to get anywhere. Like
correct.
No
You
way.
have to really dig into that game, which is
Got
unfortunate.
Massacre Online, who says, I think
Hello.
Blizzard is aware of the state of their game, but instead structure their game on patch cycles and sub bundles. FF14 has exploited this. Yeah, it feels like Blizzard are they just have the way they do things, and they just kind of keep on going.
yeah,
Maybe it'll be late, maybe it won't be. And I think both MMOs do in a way. It's just that FF14 has been going and doing its thing, and it's all been going really good,
yeah.
Right,
pretty uncontroversial. But WoW's has just been up and down and up and down and up and down.
right.
I think it's mostly that. So FF has probably just identified that, hey, we're in a strong bit. Our biggest competitor's in a weak bit. Let's do a 60% off deal. Let's sponsor a few. Annie was sponsored, right?
Well, yeah, Annie Fuchsia is who he's referencing right now. I think another big thing too is you look at predatory tactics when it comes to financials. I've detailed what Blizzard has done in a different video. That's my reasons for leaving video if you want to go check that out. But a big thing that Yoshi P talked about, and this really hit home for me, is they did not do a lot of PR during the pandemic. And the reason for it was so many people's financial situation was up in the air. They didn't feel like it was right in a way to push content to them and be like, come back, come do this, come pay for this. Like housing demolition stopped because if you had to unsub because you couldn't pay your fee due to the pandemic, they didn't want you to lose your house for not logging in for 45 days. Like this is a dev team that consciously understands who their player base is and what their actually connects with their player base and says, we know you're going through a tough time right now because we're going through a tough time right now, and we're going to make sure that it's not as tough as it can be, which it shows you the difference between the two companies.
So,
just in that.
I don't know what other streamers have got offers or if there's going to be stuff going on there, but they're clearly targeting a little bit of the World of Warcraft audience.
Wouldn't you?
So yeah, it's interesting.
That's your
As for
competition,
Blizzard
wouldn't
being
you?
aware, I think they are aware. I'm not sure if they have ways to get out of it.
Just
It's going to take a lot of
Yeah.
time and
So I saw people refer to how Yoshi P described the process of fixing 1.0, and apparently he said in perfect unaccented English, nightmare. Nightmare. It was a nightmare experience,
I
because it
imagine
was
so,
so
yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of it. There's no shortcut. There's no easy solution.
Right.
The way to fix your major problems, and this is kind of a universal thing, is just to put in the goddamn work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put in the goddamn work. Yoshi P put in the work. His team put in the work. They have been putting in the work since. And sure, they've maybe been able to chill because they've been on the right path and they feel maybe a little bit better for it. But they just work like crazy.
Yeah, they
It's
work
not-
their asses off.
I don't mean crunch like crazy. I just mean they show up, they do their best in the correct direction,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and over time that's paid off. Blizzard need to do that. Blizzard need to go, let's course correct and then put in the hard work, and then they'll be able to put in the work, and then over time it'll be solved.
Yeah.
I mean, just at the principal level, actually getting the right path is going to be extremely difficult.
Yeah.
It's going to be a nightmare. But
Yeah. But that's what if they want to
then off they go.
if they want to increase the longevity of the game, they got to figure out what that path is.
Eventually.
They, I think, need to be more honest about why some of their systems aren't working.
Correct.
I still don't feel like they fully get as right even.
Yeah.
or just a few things.
Yeah.
For me, the litmus test will be, at what point do they stop feeling like they have to make things mandatory because they don't have enough confidence in the side content?
Yep.
Because the side content in my head is not side content; it should be content.
Yeah.
And that's how I judge it. And
It's
that's why I'll
forced
often judge it as
side
lacking,
content.
because I'm like, well, I need more.
Yep.
You can do more. You can do better.
I'm going to go BRB. 30 seconds.
Yeah, sure. Stream BRB or just you BRB?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, yeah, we'll keep.
Yeah, let's
keep
stream
cracking.
BRB. Yeah, don't.
That's funny.
Okay, we finally got rid of him, everyone.
I want to see what this says on screen. Hold on.
Yeah, sure. Stream BRB or
Like your clip channels, but not as much as watching the full stream. The problem is I can't find your videos of these full streams after the fact. Make it easy. Oh,
just
okay.
you BRB?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, yeah, we'll keep.
Yeah, let's
keep
stream
cracking.
BRB. Yeah, don't.
Okay, we finally got rid of him, everyone. Weebs! Weebs out! Oh no, he's gone. We've lost Matt. Oh man.
So there's two things I want to bring up. So right around, I think it's right around here.
World of Warcraft, or trying to capture the like Korean MMO experience, because I mean, like, as much as I love Terra for some of its gameplay, it sucked.
Not sure so two things. First, the reason they talked at one point, they had said that Final Fantasy has just kind of not made any majorly controversial things happen, whereas in WoW you can see like different systems that get bans or stuff like that. The game development, if you look at Final Fantasy, obviously it was 1.0 tank, awful, absolutely awful. Realm Reborn 2.0, they cut 30% of the main story quest because it's all stuff that they felt like they didn't need. And it's kind of this, okay, slow build, and eventually it's going to get you there when you get to Praetorium. Okay. Then you get to Heaven's Ward, where it's a fantastic expansion, and that line continues to just keep going up. And for some people, yeah, it wasn't their favorite expansion. Let's do a small dip, but then it was better than ARR. Then you get to Stormblood, and in my opinion, Stormblood is better than Heaven's Ward. And you keep going up on that upward trajectory, and then you get to Shadowbringers, and it almost feels like instead of just like, hey, we're still here, boom, let's just shoot straight up. Like some of these meme stocks that they made fun of. Great experience, whereas you have. Obviously, we're going to be at 6.0 with Endwalker. You're at 9.0 when it comes to World of Warcraft. But the problem is you look at vanilla. It was one of the most freshest experiences, so you get that slide up. And then BC comes out, brings you to a new area, gives you flying, gives you a ton of systems. Like, character progression is fantastic in that. There's so much content, and you still keep going up. And then you get to Wrath. And it brings one of the biggest story, characters in Arthas and the Lich King, and it continues to go up. You're in Northrend. It's a great zone. Flying is actually a part of how that game was perceived. Like Storm Peaks, you couldn't get to specific areas of Storm Peaks if you didn't have flying. Like, that was amazing. That, to me, that was one of the best things about that expansion was I have access to this place better than other people do, because some people came to the game new in Wrath and didn't have flying just yet, whereas I played since vanilla, so I was able to have epic flying when I moved into there. And then so you got this continued up, and then all of a sudden Cataclysm comes out, and it just fucking whap. And then depending on who you are as a person and what your experience was, Mop comes out, and it either continues to go down a little bit or kind of levels out and flattens. For me, it leveled out and then went up as more raids came out. Caesar Orgrimmar, I think, is fantastic. Then you get to Legion, and Legion finally brings this like breath of fresh air where you're like, all right, fine. No, it's WoD. WoD comes out, shit. Like, you tank again. But the dip is so extreme that when Legion hits, all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, we're back up here. Then BFA comes out again, and it's like, that's fucking terrible. And Shadowlands has proven to us that it's not great, but it's not finished yet. The problem is like, I shouldn't have to change my experience as patch content comes out. It should better the content that's already there. 9.0 should have been good, and then 9.1 should have made that great. And unfortunately it's not doing that anymore, which is why that game is no longer in my interest. And you're seeing a lot of people leave. So I'm hoping that WoW can right the ship because competition breeds excellence, and I want both games to be good for the sake of all the players because we'll all be better for it. So that's going to be it on this one. I appreciate you coming out and watching this video with me. If you like this video, please, please, please make sure you hit the like button down below. If you want to talk about anything I said or anything they said, make sure you drop a comment. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you're hitting that and hit that bell notification if you want to see some of my other content or material or stuff as it comes out. I appreciate you. Thanks for giving me your time today. Drew, Future Strategy Gaming. Take care. Peace.